Hey there, welcome to Animal Logic. In this video, we'll be looking at the complex social dynamics of otters. You might think that a group of otters is just a bunch of cute, furry animals playing around in the water, but there's more to their social interactions than meets the eye. So let's dive in and learn about these fascinating creatures. First, let's talk about how otters are social animals. Just like humans, otters have friends, rivals, and even enemies. They live in groups called rafts, which can have anywhere from 2 to 20 members. Each raft has a social hierarchy with a dominant male at the top. This guy gets first dibs on food and the best breeding opportunities, but he's not a dictator. He has to work hard to maintain his status. If a younger, stronger male otter enters the group, he'll have to fight for his spot, and females can also challenge the dominant male if they're not happy with his performance. Now you might be wondering why otters need to be so competitive. It's all about survival of the fittest. Otters live in a wild world where there are plenty of predators around, such as bears, wolves, and humans. Only the strongest and smartest otters are gonna make it in the long run. That's why the dominant male has to stay in shape and keep an eye out for rivals. If he slacks off or gets too comfortable, another otter will take his place. But being a top dog isn't all it's cracked up to be. The dominant male has to put a lot of effort into keeping his position. He does this through a combination of brute force and social intelligence. He maintains his strength through exercise. Male otters will often spar with each other to keep their fighting skills sharp. They also use displays of dominance such as growling, baring their teeth and slapping the water with their tails to assert their dominance. These rituals are a way for the dominant male to send a message to both rivals and members of his own group. He wants everyone to know who's in charge, but it's not all about physical strength. The dominant male also needs to be socially savvy. He has to keep the other males in the group happy by sharing food and being generous with his affection towards the females. He also has to be able to read the social cues of the other otters in the group, so that he knows when someone is feeling threatened or uncomfortable. Being the dominant male is a full-time job, but it's a necessary one if he wants to ensure the survival of his offspring. Now let's look at the rest of the otters in the group. Non-dominant males have to work extra hard to avoid becoming the dominant male's breeding rivals. They do this by forming strong bonds with the females in the group. By being attentive and providing extra care, they increase their chances of being the dominant male's first choice for breeding. It's a clever strategy, but it doesn't always work. Sometimes the dominant male will still choose to breed with the females first. In these cases, the non-dominant males have to be patient and wait their turn. They also need to be prepared to fight if the dominant male becomes weak, or if a new challenger arrives. Now let's talk about the females. They're the ones who hold the real power in the group. Even though they're smaller than the males, they can easily overpower them if they want to. Females also have the ability to manipulate the social dynamics of the group. They do this by forming alliances with other females and using their combined power to influence the dominant male's decisions. For example, if the females in a group decide that the dominant male is not providing enough food or protection, they can gang up on him and force him out of the group. Alright, now, you know that otters have a complex social structure, and that the dynamics between the different members of the group can be pretty intense. From the dominant male to the non-dominant males to the females, each member has a unique role to play in the group. And while there may be power struggles and competition, there's also cooperation and alliances. Understanding the social behavior of otters can help us appreciate these fascinating creatures even more. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.